All right, so we're back, and we're going to talk a little bit about just why I play play Maple. Right? I've talked about why I got into it. I talked about what you know the nostalgia of it, what got me into the mobile version, but I wanted to talk about sort of all the things that I do love about the game because I think there's just enough negativity about there out there. Like, there's no point if you're playing the game. There's no point in hating on it. I don't know. It just feels like that's like there's so many like if you don't like something, just don't do it. So you must like it some reason, right? Love it, enjoy it, and the number one thing that I don't really want to talk about too much because that's pretty obvious, and that's just the community, the friendships, the you know the memories and the bonds that you share that I shared with the guild and people outside the guild, just the friend groups that we've made. Um, it's crazy. Like, I was just talking to a friend a few days ago about like stocks and about crypto and real estate. Nothing to do with Maple, right? But we become such good friends that you know I know about his life, right? Like, we talk about all these finance stuff. I was talking to him about GameStop and how that the stock in that rose like 80% this past week, and we were just chatting about finance because I'm pretty new to it, and I know that he's an expert and he's been doing it for a long time. So I was like, I just love when I can just like ask questions and things like that. But it's those bonds and like those connections within the game, but also outside of the game, like the meetups that we go to, like we yeah, just the friendships that are made. There's a big meetup that we're gonna have coming up in our guild uh, that I'm excited to bring. My daughter is gonna meet a few of the guildies there as well at a wedding, and that's coming up. So we're excited about that. There's just a lot of things that really go beyond the game. And every time I play any sort of game, I played World of Warcraft before. I would play with some friends that never met in person. And once we did meet in person, it was sort of just that, like, you know, it was never awkward. It was always a good time. Just like we've been friends forever. You know what I mean? And just having that bond and that daily just like interactions through Discord and through the guilds and all that stuff, it's really something that is, we can all relate to somehow. So if you don't have like I think everyone has that in some sort of way, and that is, that's outside of Maplestory though, right? And so that's kind of almost every game. But as far as Maplestory, um, kind of the things that I wrote down, what I love about this game is first is, you know, when I first started, it's that nostalgia feeling of the music, the graphics. It's a beautiful game to look at visually, and I'm one of those people that plays with higher graphics up, the animations. I like to show the damage skins and the fashion as well. There's so many layers outside of actual bossing that's really fun to look at and enjoy. And like I said, when I was watching that um, Night Lord video, that nostalgia video, it has like he had like the music in there. He had videos clips from all other different parts of Big Bang and things like that, and just the that was always like the amazing appeal. And like the PC version had those OG, like the Ilbies and the Steelies and the Maple Claw and the cape that they have and like the Pilfer hat. And yeah, it was just like those types of things are just amazing, like, memories. And those are things that like will never go away, and I kind of stick to when I play this game. It kind of like when I hear the music playing, or I see like certain skills like the paladin or my demon slayer, so visually appealing. And when I play other people's classes or other people, play other characters, or like Ho Young with their tiger, epic, right? Watching them auto battle, awesome. I love it. And recently I've been even putting graphics back on for during auto battle for our perma, because I just love to see that as well. Like the Night Lord and the Wind Archer and the Ice Lightning Mage, the Night Walker, just all completely different classes that just are beautiful to watch. I have to appreciate that. That's one of my favorite things to do, is just honestly watch my character and our perma just auto battle and do its thing. And just that is it's just like it's soothing. It's soothing to watch, and yeah, that is definitely the first thing that I kind of think of when it comes to one of the things that I love the most about Maple. So the next thing that I think I talk about or I think about when it comes to loving the game is really that gambling high. I mean that it's we all got a little bit of it, right? And it's funny because I've never been one to take risk. I've never been one to I was very risk adverse ever before Maplestory, specifically Maplestory Mobile, right? When I started becoming an adult, had my own money, and I swear just swiping the card was just that easy and addictive. But it was that feeling of hitting a necro back in the day, right? Clearing a boss with the team, getting that face drop or the eye patch or some sort of primal, an arc. It's that unexpected pass, an achievement, right? Hitting the Absol weapon while you're in Discord. While I was in Discord with streaming to everybody, right? It was hitting back to back, basically, Absols to get the 7th set. Remembering where I was, sitting on a Saturday, a beautiful day, sitting on the toilet in the middle of the day after I just did some yard work and felt very productive, feeling good, right? And then hitting it. I remember hitting my first necro. I think it was my dagger on my shadower back in the day. It was first thing in the morning. I remember I would like know that I have an attempt the night before, ready to go, and then just waking up, first thing, ripping it, right? Hitting it, posting it, everyone getting hyped in the chat, in the Discord, the guild server. That is something that, you know, you just don't forget, I guess, that you kind of strive to achieve, like that feeling, that adrenaline. And that is something that maybe because my life is pretty like, risk adverse or, very ho hum and, there's not much adventure, like there's not much spontaneity. That's just not the type of person I am. That when I get that unexpected, feeling, that high, it's pretty unforgettable. And then sharing it with your friends and your guildies and things like that is just, the cherry on top. But and then obviously sharing it, I mean, seeing other people succeed, seeing other people hit stuff, and flexing their accomplishments. That is something that I'm sure the other games have it, but this is obviously the first game that I've played, and it's kind of just stuck, right? And and the funny thing is there's so many avenues to it, right? It's not just necros, absol. There's potentials. There's like choice cubes. I remember like emblems, level 5 emblems, emblem change scrolls. Just hitting an emblem and then getting CD was insane, right? There's all these different things. Flames, getting flames, like it's never ending, right? Potentials, flames, emblems, Star Force, and then obviously Necro and Absolab, whereas the cherry on top. And those are just things that I just really, really still enjoy that high. And I think one of the things that I used to do before was, to start out was to buy gear, right? Finished gear. Because I was like, it's so expensive to make your own gear, right? It's just cheaper, quicker, less stressful to make your, to just buy it finished, with the stats that you want. And then, but now that the game is allowed for more, free to play at the end game, ways to make mesos, I've been a little bit more patient, a lot of able to kind of free to play per se my own stones, my own attempts. And it's not like I had to buy more CDD necro attempts with crystals or things like that just to spend. I could just wait 3 weeks, 5 weeks to get an attempt. And it's just so much more rewarding to do it that way, right? When versus like if I'm before, when I would just like try to brute force my way into a pass, right? Just like if it was like a mag soul to get that cap, to get that specific thing that I wanted, it was more of like a relief of like, oh, finally, I got it done. Finally, this is over. The stress is gone. Versus now, it's more like excitement when you pass, right? The more, um, it's just the best feeling, right? And I think just having that aspect of the game kind of come back to me, and I'm sure a lot of people have it all the time. It's that is what I enjoy the most, and it feels very fulfilling to progress and hit certain pieces of armor or milestones versus you know kind of brute forcing my way and just thinking, finally it's over. Finally the stress can be gone. So yeah, that is one of the things that I love about Maple and kind of the many different ways that we can get that high. I guess the gambling adrenaline high.